So, short news flash. I'm gonna make this as short as I possibly can. When Neo broke out of the Matrix, he was still in the Matrix. He wasn't in the artificial womb matrix of, the robots or the sleepers. He was in the false awakening matrix of Zion. Because think about how long Zion had been there. And this is the thing with the red pill versus the blue pill. Even when you wake up, you're still in the matrix. Because if you notice, they were trying to fight the matrix inside of the matrix. Also outside of the matrix, but mainly inside of the matrix. They were trying to bring it down from the inside. Now, think about how long it had been there. Zion. Zion is what I call the matrix of the awakeners. Because if you don't know, matrix means womb. Okay? So you have the womb of the awakened and the womb of the sleeper. Now, Zion had been there long enough to have a government, an economy, some type of ecology, some type of agriculture, to grow food and whatnot. So think about how long it takes for a civilization to even form. Okay? And they were forming this civilization from nothing. They didn't have much of anything to go off of except for what they learned inside the Matrix. And this civilization of the womb of Zion had maybe have been there for, I don't know, maybe about 100 years, because you saw that they had the Council of Elders. They had, and they had a military. One of the things that you have to know about a functioning civilization is that it has to have a functional military. If they didn't have a military, they couldn't fight off the robots and the droids and everything, right? Now, that being said, the ones who were sleeping, they were trying to wake them up because they wanted to find the one who could fight like the robots fought. It's not even just the robots, because you have to realize that to go along with the robots, which was the hardware, they had to have the agents or the programs, which was the software, the AI. So they had to find somebody who could fight like the AI fought. And that's what they were looking for. That's what Morpheus was looking for, So the question here is, even if, would it have made a difference if Neo took the red pill or not? Would they have still reached the point where they got to, where they were trying to get to, without Neo? That's the question. Because remember, whether they were in the the sleeper matrix, the sleeper womb, matrix's womb, or whether they were in the awakened matrix of Zion, the womb of Zion, they were still in the womb. Because 100 years is nothing for a civilization. That's a civilization that's still in their infancy. That being said, either way it goes, they were still in the world of the robots, be they in the womb of the sleeper or the womb of Zion. You understand me? Now, I'm getting a bit philosophical here, because I feel like nobody has posited these questions. Everybody just, oh yeah, red pill, red pill, red pill. And it's like the people who are saying red pill, they say they red pilled, they don't even know they don't even acknowledge where the term comes from. They don't even give credence to where that term comes from. They're just all about pretending to be awakened when they really don't have a clue as to what truly being awakened really truly is. They think it's, oh, now I am at this psychological level where I can just do anything I want to do and be anybody I want to be. All I got to do is put, my mind and my energy and my soul and my spirit and all this into it, and lead a whole bunch of lemmings like they lemon ass off a fucking cliff. Excuse my language, but that's exactly what they're doing, because of all this red pill. That's one of the reasons why the so-called red pill manosphere is falling, because it had no true foundation to begin with. It was just a bunch of people pretending to care about the psychological plight of young men, not even the young women, just young men, and a bunch of men pretending to do this. And it's like we just kind of let it happen. So now you got a bunch of young men out here who took this poison ass pretend red pill, who don't know what the hell is going on here. They don't know anything more than the ones who got the money from these poor young men who are seeking guidance, who they look to for guidance. The ones who they look to for guidance don't know what's going on, and neither do these young men who they say they were guiding them either. None of them. None of them are watching what's really truly happening here. And it's a shame. It's an absolute shame. Yeah, and if it's not that, you got these super supposedly ultra rich wealthy people pretending like they know the way, and they don't know the way either. That's why they got locked up. That's why they got, the things done to them. That's why people lost their podcast. They lost their monetization. They didn't even lose their podcast, but because they lost their monetization, because they lost their partnership on another platform, they said, well, forget about it. We're not even going to do content on here anymore. So what you just said and what you was just doing was all a ploy, because if you really cared, no matter whether you lost your monetization or not, you would still be doing what you're doing for the ones who looked up to you and followed you, who couldn't get to those other platforms to follow you on. Maybe there's an issue with them trying to download another platform that you on that, they can't get there. So they only can find you on this platform, and you just gave that whole platform up. This is madness. Not one of these people who say they red pill, I bet you not one of them have a emergency registry app on their phone. Not one of them wake up and look at the app and say, okay, what kind of disasters are happening around me or just in the world today? Okay, you have African swine fever over here. These pigs in Italy or Spain are being culled. You have minks in Norway being culled. Cull is kill. It's a major kill when they do a major kill of mass animals. That's what a cull is. You got dengue fever here in Jamaica. You got all types of artificial storms trying to spin up in the Atlantic, and you got that don't look natural. You got all types of stuff happening. You got places in France that can't, they can't even open up their ski resort anymore because the snow come but it don't stay, and when it get there it might be a lot, but it's not enough for it to make it stay for any amount of time. Only 5 weeks, and the whole ski season is supposed to be 3 months. So none of these people who say they're awakened and red pill, or even on the other side, the woke people, the ones who say they are for, people having everything they need and they're for people advocating for people, none of them know what is going on here. And it's really just an issue to me. So I just thought I'd have to get on here and say that red pill, blue pill, you better pick the clear pill, because that's the only one that's going to help you see clearly. And with that, I'm done.